Does my house look like a disaster? Just mass chaos in this house. Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. In today's video, I'm gonna make that stair. You see it right there? I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna remake it. So if you follow this channel for any length amount of time, at least 2 years, I've had that little stair there for 2 years. It's worked fine. I like it. That was a piece of a thing I made once, and I kind of just cut it up and made that. And in my head, I thought, I eventually wanted to turn that into the stair that's there. But the only problem is my refrigerator goes right here, and you can't really open it. Like, you can open it enough. It's fine, but I would like a little more opening on the fridge. Maybe like 3 inches, 4 inches. So I'm going to redesign this, rebuild something, and make something for this space in this video. So let's get started. I mean, I don't know where to put you that you can see everything that I do. So right here is going to be the best we're going to get, okay? Okay, Dan, you're making fun of somebody. I'm sure you are. Step 1, remove the old step. It was just sitting there. It really wasn't even ever screwed in. And then I got some paper. Some paper for the trade. One of my favorite movies. Alright, then we got some blue paper tape. It doesn't leave a mark. It's gentle. We're going to put this right up into that corner. Tape it in. I didn't go far enough. Pull it off. And do it again. So what I'm going to do is make a template of what I kind of want to go for. What I'm kind of going for. Alcohol. I'm loving it. That cup looks dirty as hell. Oh, if I look filthy as all get up, I've been doing other projects today. None that I filmed, but I've been working. So I kind of want the fridge to open like that much. It gives me enough room to get in there. The only problem with this whole thing is that even with the fridge opening as far as it will, I won't be able to adjust these shelves. I can't take them out. So you have to pull the fridge out to set the shelves where you want them. But generally, how often do you move shelves in a fridge? Rarely. Maybe when you clean it and then you put them back in the wrong spot and then you have to take them out and move them again like a week later. But generally you set them up where you want them and then you're good to go. So what I'm going to do is just hold the door open at that point and then just kind of do a half-ass trace job like that. Put a small little angle in it like that. Now when I go down, right now you're in my stairwell to go into my bedroom. When I go down in there, my head comes right here. I swing my head right down here, and I realize that anything past this point is into that area where you could hit your heads. So right here, my floor switches from the floor to that bullnose trim. I'm going to stop this stair right about there. So I'm going to put a half-ass line on that. Penny, you are messy. I'm better than nerdy. So I'm just going to take a straight edge and hold it on that mark that I made, that half-ass mark. Try to get a good angle. Test this out. That looks pleasant for me. And I'm going to trace that. What kind of triangle is that? I'm going to say a word. It's probably wrong, but octagonal triangle? Is that right, Peanut? I think you're wrong. There, miss. You stay up there, kiss. No, just light kisses. No light kisses. Not, you don't want like full-on mouthing. Just looking for little kisses. Want to go downstairs? No. You're gonna knock my trigger with your tail all waggly. So now I've got a rough shape of what I'm kind of going for. I'm gonna cut this out, maybe. Put a little crease in it, so it lays flattish. Yeah. So this was the step that was there, and this was part of this thing right here. This log used to be bigger. I cut it to 7 inches or whatever. So this used to be like a coffee table, kind of like an artistic little coffee table made out of cedar. Pretty cool, just carved it and stuff. This was originally in the house that I lived in, but when I moved into the tiny house, it was kind of like, you're not going to fit in the tiny house, so to me, it was kind of garbage, so I was just going to throw it away. But I ended up cutting it up, and I used this stair for here, and I used these stairs to go into my bedroom for a really long time until I built those stairs. But I figured I could possibly use these as the step if I do it right. I flipped it over so I had a nice flat surface just to kind of like get a feel for it. And if I place my template on there, this works kind of well. You know, I could move it around and get different things, but I figured over on my my stairwell side where my bedroom goes, I could leave some of that grooves that are in it on the side. So I slid it over pretty far in that direction. And then I realized I was losing this whole corner right here. So if I fold this paper up and then if I pivot it, this right here sticks out a little bit too far. These are all right. These stick out about 3/4 of an inch. But I can reshape this one and bring it back. As far as the plane of it, it looks good to me. And then right here where it ends, I can't get that full point, but there's no reason for it. So I could fold this back and kind of just do a square angle, and then I can decorate that up with some carving. But I got this shape right here, you seeing me? So now I can take this pattern that I've now folded the paper back, put it back in here. Well, hello there, Turner. Nobody knows Peanut's name. It's Peanut. I just add my little, well, I have my voices there that I talk to Peanut in. And Peanut knows it. Oh, that's such a lover. No, if on a 1 to 10, you are pure 12s of lovings. Okay, thank you. Do you want to go roll around in the mud and then get into bed? Okay, go do that. Thank you. Okay, all right, watch out. So I ended up with this kind of shape that fits in there nicely. If I duck my head does miss this plane right here. So going into my bedroom is okay. Moment of silence to catch my breath. And with this shape, I'll be able to utilize most of that log. So to be completely honest with you, I did all this last week. I made a template, and this is the one that I made. And so this ends up being pretty dang close to what I had originally made. So one concern with doing this is I kind of want to feel it out before I cut into that log, because you only get one shot with that. It's not like I can go to the store and pick up another cedar carved coffee table turned into a stair. Have you considered drinking less, Daniel? I'm concerned about the alcohol consumption in your videos. So I wanted to make kind of like a mock stair before I did that so I could feel it out for a week or two and just test it out. So I measured from this floor to here, which was like 14.5 inches. So half of that is 7.25, which just happens to be a perfect stair riser. So I only need one stair here. 7.75 is probably the highest you want to go for a stair rise. From here to the first step is 7.75 is your max that you should really go. Some will disagree. So I took this template and I went to the shop and I made a piece of wood that shape, and then I cut some boards that were 6.75. So this ended up being 7.25. I did my math wrong there. 6.5, 7.25. Yeah. And then I made some 6.5-inch rips and just pieced together this thing. Just, real quick, cut up some stuff, 5 minutes, made the step, and it fits just like so. Feeling me? Feeling it. Like I said, I built this about a week ago, and I've been using this step as the new step for a week. And just making sure that it was going to work for my daily activities. Coming up and down really is all I'm worried about. Coming down the stairs is a little trickier than going up. Going up, you can use just this small little piece right here. It's fine, but coming down, you need a little bit more footrest. So when you're coming down the stairs, you really need to step down onto your right foot. Same with my stairs going into my bedroom. You kind of have to develop muscle memory with these stairs that I've built in this house. What this does is it makes my stairs much more compact, a little more dangerous because they're not conventional stairs, but with the space that you have in a tiny house to utilize these little things is crucial. One reason I didn't like that upper loft is this. I didn't want to use a ladder. I hate that idea. And a staircase to go up into the loft takes up so much real estate. I know you can put storage into it and make it into a thing, but I also wanted to be different, and then I also just didn't like that whole design. So one of the reasons I went with this design, I'm only losing this little space for stairs. And same with this, not losing very much. Fridge opens enough. Check. Mate. A lot of people hated where I put the fridge. That's all right. This is only where it matters, is coming down. You need that foot spot right there. Going up, you can use that little corner. Coming down, if you go wrong, it's all right. You can just kind of twist your ankle a little. It's all right. I've done it. about 100 times. So I'm all right with it. One thing I like about building this as a test is to get a feel for how I'm going to use the house. I'm going to come inside, I'm going to step right here without even thinking. Boom, it's just natural. It flows nicely. Now that I have that built and that log's ready to go and a template, I'm going to take this to the shop with that and fire up the chainsaw, because that's really the only way I can cut it. I really wish I had a bandsaw that could cut that. That would be amazing, because I could get a decent cut. It's 9 o'clock at night and I'm contemplating firing up the chainsaw. I might have to do it like in the barn. Not going to make it into the video, but I got a router, some Wi-Fi, blowing off some Wi-Fi. So I got this TV to work, kind of. My Wi-Fi is really crappy, so it has to think a lot. But so do I. Dad, I got a skunk! One you better not have. Oh, it was delicious. That's not a skunk. You weren't spreading.